Hi guys, it's Stephanie Beeson from Keller Williams Trevenick. Today on the Get to Know, we're going to be talking to Jennifer Bemis. She owns this awesome place in Bath. It is right next to the bake shop. It's on 794 Wye Road. It is called the Metropolitan Design Group and the Wye Rd Boutique. So we're gonna see what this place has to offer and all the cute things. I actually got my Mother's Day gift here from my mom. It's such a super cute place. So come on, let's get to know this awesome local business. Just so you guys can see what it looks like outside. It's right next to the design shop. All right, guys, we're sitting down with Jennifer Bemis. She is the owner of the shop, and I'm gonna ask you some questions. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. Thank you for letting us sit down and talk. I'm excited to introduce everybody to this amazing little shop.
Thank you so much.
So, what inspired you to open this storefront?
Well, so I have an interior design business, and I've been practicing interior design professionally for 24 years. And during the pandemic, when we went into the shutdown, I ended up binge watching Schitt's Creek.
Love that show.
I love it too. I had not seen it previously, and I watched the whole thing, and I fell in love with it, and it actually changed my life. So the character David Rose in, I think maybe season 4, opened up Rose Apothecary, and this is my Rose Apothecary. So it really changed my life. I thought it would be kind of nice to have a place for people to go that was COVID safe, that was small, a small controlled environment. And I have a lot of things that are locally sourced, locally made. So to me, this is my Rose Apothecary, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, so that's what inspired me to open my store.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So not only do you carry these awesome little gifts and items you can order for your inside of your home, what else business is this? This is an interior design business, correct?
Well, so you're sitting in the boutique end, and then in the back of the house, there's my office. And that's where I do my client meetings, and I source my materials, and I have my computer, and that's really the guts of my interior design business. It's in the back of the house. So the front of the house is where I have my boutique items, and then I also blend in custom area rugs, cabinet hardware, some wall covering. So items like that are blended into the boutique, but the bulk of what I do is really my interior design business. So they kind of go along, but they're still two separate entities.
Sure. So tell me about the interior design business and how long you've been doing it.
So I graduated from Kent State in '97. So I've been practicing professionally all that time, working for a couple of architectural firms in downtown Cleveland for a handful of years before I went out on my own. And then I had a very large international client. It was a commercial client, and I did hospitality for them all over the country in Canada. And then in between those projects, I did residential. So now I've settled in Bath, and I focus mainly on residential. I would say 15% of my business is commercial interiors. The rest is residential. So I do everything from major bathroom renovations to new homes to major renovations and additions. Mostly mid to high end. That's where I'm comfortable with, and that would probably be my forte.
Awesome. That's so cool. What made you, well, you told me what made you the show Schitt's Creek, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
What surprised you since you opened, and how long have you been here?
I opened right in the middle of the pandemic on October 3rd. That was the weekend that I opened. And so it's been interesting. The most surprising thing is actually, well, there's two things. One is the cost. The cost to fill a small little store like this is exponentially more than I ever dreamed. And two is the lack of business, like the clientele. It's I thought I would open and there would just be a stream of people rushing in to get these great affordable items. And getting people in has still been a challenge, partially because of COVID and partially because of my design business. People still think I'm an interior design business only. And it's just through advertising recently that I think people are starting to realize that, yes, I'm an interior designer, but I also have this cute gift shop in front.
Right. Well, it is super cute.
Thanks.
I took some video of like all the great things that you carry. So what would you say is what's your best seller here?
My best seller, there's a couple of items, probably the locally sourced candles and soaps.
Okay.
Those are handmade in Oberlin, Ohio. And then I have a really affordable facial cleanser. It's $5.50, so I'm not getting rich off of it, but it's biodegradable and vegan, and it's made from the root of a Japanese vegetable.
Wow.
And it's a little sponge, and you use your own facial cleanser, or you can use it just with water, and it's a really silky, soft way to exfoliate. There's two kinds. I have one that's green tea infused and one that's charcoal infused for different skin types. And those are actually my best sellers. I also do really well with baby gifts. I have hand crocheted baby rattles and teething rings that the headquarters are actually in Canton, Ohio, even though they're made in Bangladesh. And it's a fair wage company. And the mothers are able to bring their babies to work with them while they hand crochet the items, and that's really awesome. Those items are going really well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So not only are you local, you're supporting local companies by carrying their products here in your shop.
I am. I do source internationally. I mean, that's
Sure.
just the world in which we live.
Absolutely.
And to make things affordable, keep things affordable, my home accessories are internationally sourced. But I love supporting local businesses, and eventually when COVID gets, when we have a little bit more under control, I'd actually like to start possibly an art walk in this area with the bake shop, the barn, and myself. And that's a goal for maybe, I don't know, 2022 or 23 is to bring in local artists. That's a dream of mine. So that's for the future, though.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah.
So what made you choose Bath, like this location?
Well, this is the heart of Bath. It's in Gent, and it's right next to the bake shop. So the bake shop is really well known, and they have scores of customers every day. Plus, there's a certain charm. So this little white house, it's a historic home. It's Victorian, and it has a small town charm that I'm drawn to, even though I love modern design. I'm also a traditional girl at heart. So this space really spoke to me. And I was sitting down with with a woman who lives in Bath. She's in her late 80s and she's been here a long time. And I was having breakfast with her one morning at the bake shop. And I said, my ideal space would be that little white house. And she said, oh, I own it. It's empty. Do you want to rent it?
How crazy.
I know.
What a coincidence.
I know.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. So I had just sat down with her as a realtor and a friend to maybe, she may have an idea for me of where I could go. And this was available and she owned it. And I honestly had no idea. So that's how I ended up here, but I love it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time. Let's support local. Let's get out here to this great little gem here in the heart of Bath and see all that it has to offer. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks so much.